Is your offense stale? Are you struggling to break big plays or even keep a sustained drive? Well, I've got the remedy for you. Welcome to episode 1 of a brand new series that I like to call the Madden 18 Road to Schematic Perfection. For the next 8 months left of this game, I'm going to add piece by piece new plays to one playbook. And as a community, we're going to build and watch it grow to an unstoppable force. In season 1, we're going to build a spread offense. I've run a triple option scheme for most of Madden 18 to pretty great success. And although I've never used the spread playbook, I see great potential for effective passing, unstoppable running, and loads of fun. In this episode, I'm going to introduce the play that this whole scheme will be based off of, the triple option from gun slot offense. So let's go over a quick overview of what this playbook has to offer. This is one of the alternate playbooks. You can get it Madden Ultimate Team on the auction block for, geez, I don't know what it was, somewhere under 20,000, so it's not too expensive. I think it's definitely worth it. You have 25 shotgun formations. We're only going to use a few of them. We really want to keep this as simple as possible. That's kind of one of the main motives that I wanted to do this piece by piece. So we want to master one play, master another play, master another play. And we don't want to be going through all of these formations. I just think it's a little unnecessary. You also have pistol. I don't like the look of any of these. I think there's only one read option play and it's not great. But we're going to start with the gun slot offset. But before we get into that, what are we trying to accomplish with the scheme? Well, I'd say number one, we want to score a lot of points and have a lot of fun, obviously. But let's get more specific. With number two, we want to tailor it to what works specifically in Madden 18. Namely, we want to run the ball into space and with speed, and we want to limit the amount of throwing we do. It's kind of counterintuitive to most common schemes that you see where passing is dominant and running is just used as kind of a change-up. But since the zone coverage play is so good in Madden 18, we're going to almost try to completely avoid it and the interceptions that come with it. So we're really going to be not turning the ball over. So winning the turnover battle is a big part of this game. And if we're averaging like less than half a turnover a game, I think you're going to win a lot more just by that fact. And we're going to develop run plays, namely through a triple option threat of really fast halfbacks and a really fast quarterback that will expect no less than a touchdown on every play. So I repeat, like, this scheme will not be for sustained drives. We're going to go big, we're going to go fast, and it's going to look really good while we're doing it. And as an added bonus, you guys are the first ones here. So good players already have developed defenses to stop your wham, stop your tight end angle, stop your levels inside zone, but no one's going to be ready for this. So let's quickly go over what we have in this gun slot offset. Just really quickly going over it, the passing plays are not really good, but that's okay. You'll see in the next few episodes that just using some motions and some hot routes, we can make it really effective. And in terms of the running plays, obviously we have the triple option here, which we're going to go over first. There's the halfback cross screen, which is kind of interesting. We might go over that. The motion inside zone, which is almost completely useless. We're not going to use that. We have the triple option with the motion, which is very interesting, and we'll do that second in this video. You have the halfback off tackle, which is, again, almost completely useless. We're not going to touch that. And that's it, but that's all we need. We're going to do a lot with it. So let's start with the triple option. We'll go over, to start with, I'm in the 3-4 playbook. I'm using the Los Angeles Rams. We'll pick the cover 3 sky. So pretty common base defense. See the single high. A 8th defender is brought into the box, which should help against the run, but it's going to get totally obliterated by this. And then before we go into the play, one last thing we're going to do is talk about the personnel. If we want to be effective, we need the right personnel. And I won't go over it in this video, but I'll go over just like some common players you want. I'm not going to go dive deep into mudhead.com, but number one, the 3 players here, the 2 halfbacks and the quarterback, are really our most important. The quarterback, let's talk about what's important for him. So I've chosen quarterback Bo Jackson. I made a player model for him that is just kind of his height and weight and his stats. What's important is obviously we want a ton of speed here. We can get away with, you can be somewhat effective with speed in the 80s or so. Someone like Carson Wentz or something like that has much better throwing stats, but we really need to max out our speed here to max out the potential of this scheme. You guys are going to see that if you have this, and especially if you have somebody like Bo Jackson that has the trucking thresholds, the spin move thresholds, the juke move thresholds, and he has that high carrying, you're going to be so dominant. You have 3 options rather than 1. Rather than your halfback wham or your inside zone, the defender knows who to key on. If he's expecting a run, he's going to stop the running back. But there's 3 guys here that are going all sorts of different directions, all with a ton of speed and all with a ton of great moves. So that's Bo Jackson. And he's actually pretty good at throwing. We'll go over that in the next episodes. And then the 2 halfbacks, this is kind of open to what you prefer, but I just prefer a ton of speed. So Barry Sanders, I made a player model for him, number 2 there, and the out of position halfback, Michael Vick, who also has a ton of speed, and both of these guys break those juke thresholds and the spin thresholds. So what we're going to do is, this whole scheme is going to get them in space, have them beat 1 or 2 defenders, and kind of dance their way into the end zone. And then offensive line, run block, run block, run block. We don't even care about pass block. In this year, if you have high run block, you're probably going to have high pass block, but we don't care about that at all. If we do throw, it's going to be out of our hands in 2 seconds. And another thing is, I would say get at least 1 identifier chemistry. We want to be able to know where that user is. And then on the outsides, I have Michael Thomas, Josh Hill, and Brandon Coleman here. I bumped all of their run blocks to the high 70s, which is what you'll see on mudhead.com. All the top run blocking receivers are kind of closing in on that 80 mark. And then you could even put like a tight end like Jason Taylor here. We don't need a stud. We don't need stud wide receivers. They don't need to do anything special. They just need to run block like hell and have preferably high catch and traffic, because we're going to do a few tight throws. Those are going to be our change-ups in this scheme. Okay, so that's it. Let's finally get into it. So running the option is kind of interesting in this game. Most of the reads are going to come before the snap. So we're going to look over these icons of these defenders. We're going to check out the read player and the pitch player. The first thing you're going to want to do is snap the ball, and depending on what that defender does, you're going to react to it. Okay, so that was just one quick example. And we'll go over the instant replay. So this Bo Jackson has a pocket quarterback style. So if you have pocket quarterback style or a balanced quarterback style, so anything but the scrambling, this edge defender, the read defender, who we're taking out of the play with our read, we don't need to block him at all. He's going to crash down to the halfback unless the opponent specifies this. And they can specify this per play, and they can also do a coaching adjustment, so every play you can either take the halfback or take the quarterback. But what's great about this play is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they do. We'll do something a bit different, and either one's going to be really effective. So I think if you've run a basic read option in this game, you've been like really kind of bummed out, because if you're handing off to the halfback, well, it's not a great run. It's actually worse than a normal inside zone. And if you take the quarterback and your opponent set, or if you have someone fast, like say Michael Vick, that read defender is going to stay there, take Michael Vick, and you're not going to be able to do anything. But in this case, even if, who's the defender here? Quinn? Yeah. Even if he took Bo Jackson, we have Michael Vick here to pitch the ball to, and he's got a ton of speed. Aaron Donald's going to have no chance. I mean, Aaron Donald wouldn't have a chance anyway, but I mean, he's amazing at block shed. Anyway, that's another point. Another thing that I want to kind of go back here. What's great about Bo Jackson is that carry is really important. So if we make a bad read, or if we have to run with our quarterback, he's got 90 carry. I've been using him. He hasn't fumbled once for me. If you have Michael Vick or Marcus Mariota, they're gonna fumble. You won't be able to. You're gonna be too scared to do any juke moves or trucking because, again, if you mess it up, it's gonna end poorly for you. But in this case, we can do that, and we can actually be a serious threat. Anyway, so that's the case where the read defender takes the halfback, and we take the pitch. So let's do it a few more times. In that case, he actually, oh, that's a bad juke. Yeah, I will say against 3-4 odd, cover 3, sometimes this left tackle, Teron Armstead, will not only miss the read defender, which he's supposed to do, but also miss the defensive end there. For whatever reason, he'll target that outside linebacker, but it doesn't matter anyway. You're gonna get him miss, you're gonna pitch there, and you're gonna be set up here. And by the way, you're gonna see a lot of pancakes from these wide receivers. I think it just, for whatever reason, it works out really well, and you'll just have one less defender to worry about. So let's go, let's pick option quarterback, see what happens. Yeah, same thing there. I guess sometimes in practice mode it's kind of weird. You will come across situations where that read defender will change it up a bit, but it doesn't happen in online head-to-head. Let's put a contain. Option quarterback again. Yeah, see, doesn't matter. We got a lot of space, and then again, we're gonna just dance our way to end zone. I mean, these spin and juke moves are absolutely ridiculous, but why not use them if they're there, right? Okay. Let's just change it up a bit. Let's go to the same play, triple option, but let's go. Let's just change it. Nickel, cover 2. And actually, let's take our user off of, where are we here? Let's go to this guy. Read defender, crashes, you take control. See how easy that is? So you're gonna wanna be really ready on that stick, and you're gonna wanna get really good at it. I prefer the juke move if you have one defender on you. So it's a lot quicker than the spin move, and it kind of takes up less space. And like you can just flick the stick, and you're gonna beat them. I would only use the spin move if you have multiple defenders, which, I mean, again, is totally ridiculous, but again, if it's there, we're gonna use it. Bo Jackson, and we can even take Bo and cut it inside. And I would almost prefer, like I took too wide of an angle here. What you wanna do is go inside and try to draw as many defenders in towards you as you can, and then the very last second, you press that L1 button, you pitch. In this case, it was a little late, and Michael Thomas missed a block, so we had to make the juke move, but he's gonna pick up on the secondary block, and it's okay. See how easy, I mean, let's be fair here. These are juiced up running backs and quarterbacks compared to, you know, the stock Rams defense, which, I mean, there's no slouch, but it's still a bit of a disadvantage, and plus it is the CPU. Do it again. See, I could take Bo, I could truck someone. I have so many options here. But now what about the user? So the user, I mean, he's gonna be one of these linebackers. He can make things tough by, I mean, not being an idiot like the AI. He can come in and be another defender on your option side. But if you notice, and you're gonna wanna do this, if you notice him coming in and cheating towards that side, well, you got this the inside zone. Oh, I'm fumbling a lot here. I mean, in this case, he's not cheating, but it's still a pretty decent play. The run blocking works out pretty nicely. Okay, so let's go and do another option quarterback and see that this really doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why he didn't take the quarterback. But you see how easy this is, guys? Unbelievable. It's a ton of fun and it's really effective. Like the only way that you can stop this is by totally overcommitting, bringing safeties down, bringing your user linebacker out. But then things will open up for us. We'll be able to do other things, and we'll see that in the next episodes. And again, like, I mean, if you're totally cheating here, you got the zone play. I honestly expect big time runs on every single drive with this. Honestly, I haven't used it yet online head-to-head. I've used a different playbook, but I can't wait to get started with this. Okay, so there's that. Some things I will say. This overhang defender here, the nickel, usually is going to line up with your slot receiver. So that means when you look at your option players, the defensive end is your read player, and the safety, or sometimes even the cornerback there, is going to be the pitch player. So when your opponent sets their quarterback contained to lock onto the quarterback, you'll still be able to pitch because the pitch defender is so far away. But let's take a look at if they flip this. Now our pitch defender is here. Oh, okay, that was bad. I need to get off of him. Okay. So in some cases, the read player will take the halfback, the pitch will take the other halfback, and you'll be able to run through them. So let's see what happens here. You know, that case, okay, so that was ridiculous. Like there's almost nothing you can do against that. The read player and the pitch player took the quarterback, and you were able to pitch it. But still, be careful, because if the read player takes the quarterback and the pitch defender that isn't, the safety, if it's a nickel, if he takes the pitch, you're gonna get stuffed. So in that case, you're gonna actually want to, make a read and hand the ball off. Okay? But yeah, usually this works out because that overhang, that nickel will be on your slot receiver, and your pitch defender will be way out of the play. You'll never be able to do anything. Do whatever we want. Jump this guy. No. Okay. Let's do it one more time. Option the quarterback. Yeah, see, you got to be careful on things like that. That's where it can get wrong for you. That's where it can go horribly, horribly wrong. But that's part of reading the play before you snap. So that's why we're going to bring in the motion triple option. So I like the other one just because I don't really like the motion. It takes a necessary amount of time. But And then now that you have the custom audibles, by the way, you're gonna for sure want both of those in your audibles. Anyway, it works something like this. Okay. So in this case, what happened? The read defender took the halfback and the pitch took the quarterback, and we just pitched it. We have blocks here. This block didn't work out, but that's okay. Any block that doesn't work out, we're just gonna either run around or juke them. And then, ideally I would have just followed my block here, not the stupid juke move. I'd see that Coleman's gonna get that block, and I just run through. Hill gets that block on the backside, and that would have been a touchdown. See what happens again. Similar thing. They totally messed up. See, you have so many options here. It's not even like you can do one thing every time. You have at least 2 options every single time. But anyway, the reason why this is good is that it forces... I shouldn't say that. Like, if we go back where we have the pitch on this side. Like, in order to avoid what we showed there before with that fumble, this is our changeup. So we'll go to that right side. Oh, yeah, see, a lot of the time, we do only have one option there, but it's a pretty damn good option. And if we had somebody that wasn't super great, like Bo Jackson, by the way, that LT quarterback is really good at this too. He's the second best, I'd say. And then pretty much everyone else I'd almost totally avoid. They have some good speed, but not great abilities, and then they have that low carrying. But yeah, you see the read takes, the pitch takes the halfback, and we run off with Bo Jackson. We do a truck here, just for fun, but we could have done something probably a bit more effective. Anyway, that's that, guys. So I want to say, if I didn't already say, what makes the gun bunch so effective? We see all the best players using it. The reason why it's so effective is that you can pass to any part of the field. It opens up the short left, short right, deep right, deep center, short center. You can attack every area of the field. What's going to make this effective is that we can run on every area of the field. We can go all the way to the left, all the way to the right. We can go in the center. If people start to do, really spread everyone out, trying to do whatever they can to stop that option. I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean that's why we try to avoid the inside zone, is because it's not a great run play. But if they're going to give it to you, you're going to take that, and you're going to break a lot of runs there too, I swear. Now, is there anything else I want to go over with? I don't think so. Again, look at that, guys. And this Bo Jackson has battle ready, I believe. So sometimes even if you get stuck, if you make a bad read and that read defender takes you and you can't pitch it, sometimes you'll get into that battle ready, that tackle animation. Press A right away, you break that tackle and you move on. Okay. Let's try one more. Let's go nickel cover 4. Same thing as this with this one. You see that pitch defender is the safety, like he'll never be able to make the play there. So no matter what this guy does, and sometimes you have to be careful there. You gotta watch, because they can come back and you gotta pitch that ball quick. Oh, that time he took you. 2 defenders, I'll spin them. Options every single down, guys. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna keep pumping out great plays for this playbook. And I encourage you to leave comments below if you find anything that would be beneficial as we go down the road. This is gonna be a journey, guys. Or if you have any struggles with anything that I gave, if you took this into the practice field, you saw that, okay, it's not really working against this look, or these players are shutting this down, put it in. We'll discuss it as a community. I'll discuss it, and we're really gonna make this dominant, guys. Okay, so we'll see you in the next one.